What's up, guys? It's Dave Ward, and for those of you who don't know, I am the face behind the Insane Ward Facebook group and the Insane Report Twitter feed, which has just been blowing up with people, not only in the US, but a lot of people in the UK. Shout out to all my guys in the UK. I got a picture today of some people working out every morning in a gym. They have shirts, they're going crazy, and they are loving it, which is awesome, and you guys bring great energy, so keep posting there. But before I get into that, I do want to talk a little bit about those groups and how you can get involved with those towards the end of my video. But I want to talk to you a little bit about me and about what's going on with me, because today I am starting a new round of insanity. And it's been a little while since I've done a round of insanity. I like to do a lot of different stuff. For those of you who follow my stuff, you know that my favorite thing to do is go surf on my stand-up paddleboard. I keep looking behind me because that's the Pacific Ocean right there. And that's right where I surf. I live in a condo and we look over the ocean, and whenever it's good, I go surf, which is awesome. And it's a really good workout, and it's really my favorite workout. I'm also really into triathlon and cycling. On Sunday, I did a 56-mile time trial as part of a relay team for a half Ironman race that was won in spectacular fashion by Lance Armstrong, wearing a Speedo, no less. If you haven't seen the pictures and video of that, they're on my blog at thefitclubnetwork.com. Super Frog Triathlon Race Report. Crazy day, hard day. 2 hours and 47 minutes for me, burned 2,600 calories. Heart rate was like about 170 average. So, you know, it's totally different from insanity. I mean, this is not, you know, bouncing around, getting your heart rate jacked up and then letting it recover and then doing that for 45 minutes. This is like sit down, shut up, dial in, and go. And so that's what I've been doing a lot of lately. I'm excited to get back to insanity. I've done some of Les Mills pump workouts too. I did pretty much the whole Les Mills pump schedule. Things got a little crazy in the phase 3. And then I did the 30-day hybrid as I mixed it in with my cycling training. So I've been doing some more high-intensity interval training type stuff, but really have been focused on that race, making sure that I don't blow up and make a fool out of myself and let my teammates down as Lance goes flying by me. But I'm coming back and I'm going to do insanity. And I want to talk about insanity and nutrition right now. Okay, so let's start there. So let me grab this. This is a spreadsheet which you can find on our website. And I'll link you to that if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're on my website, it's here on the website. You'll see a link to it there too. But this is a spreadsheet calculator, and it's based on the one you find in the Insanity Elite Nutrition Guide. Okay, so that's really what this is. I've just sort of simplified it for you. So you plug in the little numbers and off you go. But what I really want to talk about is how this thing works and the multiplier, the activity factor multiplier, because this is really key. I talk to a lot of people who use this spreadsheet and they go, whoa, my numbers came out sky high. How can I possibly eat that much food and lose weight? First things first, what is your goal? Figure out what your goal is. If your goal is weight loss, you're going to have a different calorie number than somebody who's an elite athlete looking to take their sports performance to the next level. Okay, that second person has a lot more muscle typically. Muscle burns more calories. They need more calories in order to just maintain the muscle that they have, much less add to that. Okay, so got to understand what your goals are. But get this activity factor too. I just want to run you through some numbers, okay? These are my numbers. I did them just this morning. I'm 5'9", I weigh 169 pounds, and I'm 40 years old. So that means that my Harris-Benedict equation comes out to 1723. So for me, that's the minimum number of calories that I should be having during the day, okay? And really, that doesn't even net out what I'm burning doing a workout like Insanity. So if I'm doing Insanity, I need more calories in order to make up for that, because I don't want to drop below that 1700 number. So that's really what my body needs to just kind of function, okay? So 1723 is my number. Now, activity factors, right? If I use the moderately active 1.55 activity factor, that gets it up to 2671. So you can see I'm adding almost 1,000 calories right there, right with the activity factor. Now, if I use 1.7, which is very active, that's 2929, so almost 3,000 calories there. If I use the top end 1.9, extremely active, which means you have hard daily exercise and or physical job, then that gets me to 3274. Now, even if you net out, okay, even if you go down here at the bottom and you subtract 500 calories for weight loss, if I use this top activity factor and I deduct the 500 calories, I'm still at 2,700 calories. I hate eating 2,700 calories. I really, really, really do. It's one of the reasons that I stopped doing long distance triathlon, is because you have these days where you burn 4,000 and have to eat 6. I hate eating that much food. I just don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good, you know? So that's way too many calories for me. And so even though I'm a pretty active guy, and you know, I mean, on any given day I may go surf in the morning and then do an insanity workout during the rest of the day and ride my bike 2.5 miles to my kids' school and back twice. That's, you know, pretty active. That 1.9 number, unless you are doing insanity, maybe even mixing in some running or something like that, and you have a construction job where you're just constantly at it, I would avoid that number. I just think that the numbers come out way too high. I use 1.55. I use 1.55. So as I use 1.55 for me, that again gets me to 2671. And then as I put in the minus 500, it gets me to 2171. Minus 500 is a little aggressive for me. Again, I'm 169 pounds. I'm not looking to lose a lot of weight. That's not really why I'm doing insanity. I'm doing insanity mostly because insanity focuses on two major adaptations your body can make, which are cardiorespiratory and metabolic, okay? So I'm looking to make my body more efficient, and I'm looking to, you know, just get stronger, get faster, the things I talked about in the beginning of the video, sports performance type stuff, right? So I think netting out 500 is a little too much to me. My target's gonna be about 2,400, okay? Now I'm not a real rigid calorie counter. I just find that that doesn't work for me. I did that, my first round of P90X I did, actually it wasn't the first round, but a round of P90X that I did in 2007, I did that where for the 90 days I counted everything. So I have a really good picture of what 2,400 calories looks like. Also, using a spreadsheet makes it nice and easy because on the back, or I'm sorry, on the second page, I have all the meals planned out for you. So if you know the Insanity Nutrition Guide, what it's asking you to do is take 5 meals, spread them evenly, so you have 5 evenly balanced meals. So I have all those meals right here, which is great if you're gonna follow the Insanity Elite Nutrition Guide precisely. I am not. So I'm gonna talk about that really quickly about what I am going to do. By the way, I will say I am a huge believer in the nutrition guides that Beachbody puts together for their programs. They absolutely, absolutely work, okay? My problem is that I'm also a big believer in paleo nutrition, okay? Paleo nutrition, basically, to boil it down, don't eat any grains, okay? That's so oversimplified, it's ridiculous, but I'm already at like 7 minutes with this video. So there's lots more information about that on my website. But that's what works for me. I've tried a lot of different things. As I go off into back into triathlon, I find myself chowing down more carbs. I go back, I eat bread, I eat pasta. I've been doing that for a while. I did like 30 days of vegetarian for a while just to kind of experiment with things. What I know about my body is the one thing it responds to the best is paleo, okay? No grains in my diet, and my body feels better, it performs better, I look better, everything's better without grain in my life, okay? And I also don't eat dairy, legumes, that sort of thing. I mean, there's a lot more to it, but that's what I'm gonna do. So when I tell people that, a lot of people go, whoa, wait, whoa, you're doing insanity. How are you gonna get all your carbs? Because you need carbs to do insanity. Absolutely, you absolutely do. If you're doing insanity and you're trying to follow like phase 1 of the P90X nutrition guide, don't do that. That's a mistake. You're not gonna get enough carbs in your day. But you can get plenty of carbs in your day without eating grain-based foods. And I'm gonna show you how right now. Okay, I've got my little cheat sheet here. So first thing, apple. That is not a grain. That's an apple. This is an enormous apple, by the way. This thing looks so good. It's a Honeycrisp. Your average apple has 17 grams of carbs. This one is huge, and it's a Honeycrisp, so it probably has more like 22, I would just guess, something like that. But anyway, let's assume 17. That's just like nutrition fact stuff, right? Banana, a banana that needs to be eaten today after I do my fit test for sure, because it's getting a little knackered there. 51 grams of carbs, 28 grams of sugar. Plenty of carbs in a banana. Again, not a grain. Don't need that. Let's go to one of my favorites, broccoli. Yum, right? Got this as a farmer's market. This stuff is really, really good, organic broccoli. And 20 grams of carbs for your average serving of broccoli, okay? And this is probably a cup, but you can look that up. And finally, sweet potato, average sweet potato, 27 grams of carbs. Okay, so just right there, if you ate an apple, a banana, some broccoli, and a sweet potato, that's 115 grams of carbs, right then and there. Okay, now, I drink Shakeology every day. Shakeology has 17 to 19 grams of carbs in it, depending on which one you get. But round it up to 18, whatever. And then I use Beachbody's Fuel Shot for recovery, okay? So that's what I have after a workout. Sometimes I'll have results from recovery formula too, but I like the Fuel Shot, and I'm getting like the whole pack of Body Beast supplements, which I'll talk about in another video. But if you have those vegetables, right, and Shakeology and Fuel Shot, that's 180 grams of carbs right then and there. That's plenty. That's plenty of carbs, for me anyway, plenty of carbs to do a program like Insanity and still be able to surf and walk around and ride my bike and do all the other stuff I like to do. That's plenty of chow, okay? So there you have it. That's what I'm going to be doing. I am going to be eating about 2,400 calories, ballparking it there. I'm going to be eating a ton of fruits and a ton of vegetables, and I will not be eating any grains during this time period. Of course, no dairy. Actually, I shouldn't say no dairy. I do like a little bit of cheese. You know, Tony Horton once told me that cheese is a spice, right? So a little bit of cheese on top, no problem. Like, cheese is not a meal. You know, I had somebody on one of our team calls the other day who said at one point in her life she thought that cheese was a food group. No. Okay. A little bit on top, that's fine. Don't go crazy with it. All right. I'm going to get out of here. I am going to do my fit test. I'll be back after I finish that, post my results here so that I can kick off my round of Insanity the right way. I hope you guys are having a great day. Oh, and I want to talk quickly also when I come back, I'm going to talk about the Insane Report Twitter feed and the Insane Ward Facebook group. All right, guys. Thanks. Hey guys, it's Dave. Sorry about the aspect ratio on that other video. This is a GoPro. I use it for my surfboard, and I had it set on that setting, so hopefully this is a little bit not so fisheye for you guys. Quick word about calories. I talked about how I calculated my calories. Excuse me, kind of convoluted way to do it. What I realized was if I had just taken the 1.7 number, instead of working with 1.55 and thinking, well, that's maybe not enough or too much or whatever, if I take 1.7, that gets me to 2929, reduce that by 500, and I'm right at that 2,400 number. So, you know, that 1.7 activity factor is usually pretty good for me. But again, 1.9, just way too high. All right, the fit test. Man, it's been a while since I've done the fit test. I've been doing a lot of the workouts, and I usually kind of just take them and mix them in. This is the first time I've done this fit test in quite a while. And this is for real, man. It's hard. So here are my numbers. I have my numbers, and then I have Tatiana's numbers, I think is her name. Everybody competes with her, so I'm just giving you both of them. So switch kicks, I had 107, she had 110. The power jacks, I had 52, she had 65. What the hell? The power knees, I had 109, she had 125. The power jumps, I had 42, she had 50. I was pretty happy with 42 too. Globe jumps, I had 10, she had 11. Although I do remember the first time I did this fit test, I had just finished doing that Super Frog. I did the entire race. It was the last real round of Insanity I did. And I only got 8, so that was an improvement for me. Suicide jumps, I had 16, she had 18. The push-up jacks, I had 34. I don't know how many she had. I was throwing up or something. And then low plank, I had 49, she had 70. So I kind of crapped out there at the end. Anyway, there's my first fit test, future fit tests to come. All right, so I want to talk about the @insane_report, see the screen, is our Twitter feed. That's a Twitter feed I started when Insanity first came out back in 2009. And the idea was people would just report their daily results, and then I would just retweet them as a way to just sort of give people a shout out for doing a really great job on their workouts. And it's kind of grown into more than that. And there's a big group of people from all over the place. I mentioned people in the UK earlier, all over the place who are reporting their daily results to that thread, which is totally awesome. Please keep doing that. I love to see it, and people love to see it. I get a lot of really positive feedback when I go in, and there'll be like 30 new ones, and I'll hit them all at the same time and go through and retweet them, and people respond to me and go, I love the motivation, I love it, I love it, I love it. So please keep that coming. It's a really cool part of the Insanity community. A while ago, one of the guys who's been reporting a little bit, his car got broken into, and his Insanity was stolen. And it's the funniest thing because they took his Insanity and they left a MacBook right next to it that had one workout in it. I think it was max cardio conditioning. It had one workout in it, so that's all the guy had. And I sort of mentioned that on that Twitter feed and then at the Insane Ward, which is our Facebook group. And people were like, hey, what's your PayPal address? I'll PayPal you $15 here, $10 here, whatever. And we bought the guy a new Insanity. So it's stuff like that that people in our community are doing for others, and we're all kind of coming together. So I really, really appreciate all of you guys who come in there, support each other, work with each other. That's the Twitter feed. So then I have a Facebook group as well. Facebook group is new. Twitter feed's been around for a while. Facebook group's brand new. We're sort of, you know, some people are on Facebook, some people aren't. If you're on Facebook, let me know, and I will, actually, if you just go to www.insanereport.com, sort of explains all this and has a link to the Facebook group. You can request to join. My only request is that I'm looking really for just average people here. If you're a coach, we've already got a bunch of coaches who are in that group, so I'm just limiting it to, you know, people who are doing the workouts, and that's really going to be the focus of this group. So I just sort of put that out there because sometimes things get mixed up on that front. So that's what we got going at Insane Report, at insane_report, and the Insane Ward. Again, email me. Email me. I want to hear from you. I want to help you. If you need help with calorie calculations, if you need help with nutrition, if you need help with motivation, if you just need to cry to somebody, I am here for you. It's who we are. It's what we do. I'm Dave Ward. Thanks for your time. I know this has been a really long video. I'm stoked to get going with Insanity. All right, guys, take care.